Alright, what is going on everybody? It is Tristan here, and today in this video what I got going on for you guys is I'm going to be explaining, I believe I've made a video very similar to this in the past, but how you guys can resell if you are just starting out on a budget, you don't have a lot, let's say you have between $500 to $1,000, maybe even less. I'm going to be explaining kind of the most viable way that I think you guys should start reselling, kind of the best way to go about it when you are just at that beginning stage. So again, if you guys want more content like this, feel free to subscribe and like down below, and also like goal. Let's try and hit 300 on this video. That'd be great. It would mean a lot to me, so if you could do that, it'd go a long way. And of course, if you want to check my cook group down below, this could help a lot of you beginner resellers out. If you want to go check that out, I'll leave a little exclusive link, so for anybody from this video can go join. I'm going to remove it in a bit. I got to still remove the ones from yesterday, but just check that out if you want to go join the group. We have everything you guys need. Backdoors, weekly steals. I've been dropping a lot of weekly steals. We got early information about, sneakers, reserves, shock drops, stock for those drops, everything like that. So we have a lot of useful stuff for you guys, but that's everything I need to say. Hope you guys will enjoy. You can check that down below, and let's get into it. So again, if you are just starting out, this is my first main tip. If you have between, let's say, $500 to $1,000, my first way that I would start reselling, and definitely the main way I would start, I would not target, and this is just how I started. When I started reselling, I did not target used items or items that I felt, would be particularly risky to go for, you know what I mean? Like if I had someone I could ask, right, about what, drop to go for, I wouldn't go for one where there'd maybe be only $20, $30 profit. I mainly focused on, releases that I could, start slow on and then just kind of build up from. And that's, right now is a good time for that. There's a lot of upcoming dunks in the Nike app. There's a lot of upcoming releases in September and October, especially November. We got so much stuff coming in November. Between Amanier and different people collaborating in that month. So just kind of understanding that, again, if you're on that budget, start out by flipping these new releases that come out. That is my best piece of advice. Don't, start by buying pairs off people, buy sneaker investing. Sneaker investing is something you do later on when you have more capital, so you can grow your money that you just kind of set aside. That's completely different than buying and flipping these new releases. So first things first, what I encourage right off the bat, if you're a brand new reseller, do not be focusing on holding sneakers. Do not be focusing on just don't be focused on anything too long term. Really be focused on getting that money back quickly, a quick flip. That's what you should be focused on if you just started out, because you want to grow that money so then eventually you can participate in more things down the line, if you get what I'm saying, like backdoors, sneaker investing, things like that. Different things that, more experienced resellers tend to do because they have more money to do it. So think about that. And people love DS stuff too. If you're a brand new seller, it will be extremely easy to sell a brand new item that has just dropped or is in demand, because it's brand new, so nobody's worn it, and people love DS stuff. And if it just came out, people are going to be looking for it. But the next one, this is a huge tip too. This is pretty much just seller optimization right here. Know when and where to sell stuff. Now, of course, that varies by where you are. Different things, different sneakers go for different prices depending on where you are at. That's a very big thing, and that's a very known thing. That's actually how I source a lot of my pairs for these weekly steals, by the way. If you've been sleeping on the Discord, I drop weekly steals for my members. All of these shoes have been under market prices by a significant amount. I dropped some Kobe's yesterday for $350. So if you're sleeping on the CG, that's on you, man. That's on you, because I've been dropping deals every week. So, hey, I'm just saying, easily, every single one of these is easily your monthly feedback. Easily. I'm not kidding when I said this. You can ask anybody in the chat, in the comments. Ask. I know they'll vouch for me on this, but again, another key factor I want to mention is knowing when and where to sell. This is kind of a thing that you learn a bit with sneaker investing also. You learn different sneakers go for different prices in different locations, like Dunks go for the most in the US, while some SBs go for an insane amount in Japan, like the Jackie Robinsons. Those aren't SBs, those are Dunk Lows, but the Jackie Robinsons, those go for like $600 in Japan, while over here they go for $450, kind of like $475. I think that's around the range. I could be wrong on that, but just taking that into account, that's a lot of money. So again, if you just found someone in Japan, sourced it there, you could get a lot more money, selling there. And that's kind of one thing that, again, I encourage with reselling, is just kind of learning where you can sell certain things for the most, how to sell those things. Like, of course, with the Easy Slides, foam runners, anything like that, I always encourage local sales, since it saves you the shipping costs and fees and all that. And also, people will pay locally a lot more. They will pay way higher than market is currently for things like foam runners, for things like Easy Slides, just because it's harder for the average person to get their hands on those pairs. So when you understand that, and understand that most resellers are the ones getting these pairs, people will easily pay an extra $15, $20 over the StockX price just to get some foam runners or slides. I've seen it. I've sold to people that have had no problem with it. So understanding it, hey, take advantage of that. And knowing when to sell is a big thing too. I know I didn't get into this a lot in this video, so really knowing when to sell is important. And this is a big thing I want to mention. 80% of sneakers are not holds. 80% of sneakers are not holds. There is a very small portion, 20%, maybe less, that actually end up being good sneaker holds where you make a decent amount of money off a couple pairs. One of the recent sneaker holds that actually was pretty decent would be the Dunk Low Jackie Robinson, or the Phillies SBs, or the Green Apple SB, Blue Raspberry SB. Those are all good examples. And you notice Dunk Low demand is just crazy right now because every single sneaker I just mentioned is a dunk that went up. But yeah, that just kind of shows you have to know when to sell, when to hold. It's very important. And a lot of SBs right now I'm encouraging to hold because nicer quality sneakers, Nike spends a little bit more time on them. Overall, it's just like SBs are nicer than Dunk Lows, and that's why they're getting a lot of love right now, starting to go up on almost every pair. Grade school dunks are going so crazy right now because it's back to school and people are trying to get those, but grade school dunks end up being super limited. Like those blueberry Dunk Lows that they dropped the other week. Those are going to be an amazing hold. They only dropped 4,000 pairs of them. Like, are you just asking people to pay resell Nike? That's pretty much what it is, because I know they aren't making a lot off selling 4,000 pairs. No way they are. So, understanding it, I never understood the super low stock on like the grade school pairs. I mean, I get it because maybe they just couldn't produce a lot of them, but hey, knowing when and where to sell, very important. And that's something you will kind of learn a little bit more as you get into reselling. You'll be like, oh, the demand for this release isn't really high. Or you'll be like, oh, I now know that I should sell pairs before they land in hand because I can get more if I pre-sell them. Very important thing too. Again, if you have some pairs that are on the way, try and sell them while they're on the way before they land in hand and everybody gets them and then they drop to their lowest point. That's definitely one big thing I've noticed. So know when to hold, know when to sell. Just thought I'd get that out of the way. And the final thing I want to mention, of course, is again, start out with flipping those new releases and learn how to get profit in different areas. That's one big thing about reselling. Being a successful reseller means you know how to resell in a couple ways. You're good at brick flips. You're good at getting new releases. You backdoor occasionally. You do sneaker invest. If you, again, see what I mean? Like you've expanded your routes of reselling because resellers participate in reselling through a variety of ways. Some people just backdoor. Some people just do retail flips. That's how it is. Some people are exclusive to the thing and they focus on it. And then some people, do 3-4 different things and, that's just how they resell. And that's personally what I try and do is resell in as many different ways as possible to expand my profit. And another good area for reselling, just to start out, again, brick flipping. Brick flipping is a good thing to start out with if you're a new reseller, and retail flipping. Those are probably the two ones I would go with. I wouldn't start out with backdoors. That's something I would do maybe a few months in at least, but we have that in my cook group. If you're interested in backdooring, we have some of that, in there. So feel free to check that out. Let me know what you guys think about that. That's all down below, but that's really everything I need to mention. Again, I got a bunch of packages right here. Y'all can see again, we've been dropping the weekly steals. This is stacked up to, beyond my height sitting. So, I mean, this is 10 pairs at least, 11 pairs. And yeah, again, if you're into weekly steals, getting under market pairs, check my group out down below. Subscribe and like for more. Like goal. I'll keep it simple. It's trying to 300. And check out Hype Labs. All that, again, in the description. Go give us a follow. We're almost at 800 followers. So, that would mean a lot if we could hit that. But road to 1K. We'll do a little giveaway there once we hit 1K. And yeah, that's it. So, I'm Tristan. Thank you guys. And hopefully, I'll catch you on the next video very soon. Peace.